I was diagnosed when I was 30. We were thinking of starting a family, and that's why I went in to get general physical and all of that. And that's kind of when everything got flipped upside down and that kind of got pushed back. You know, you kind of go down that spiraling path in the very beginning about like what could have caused it, how could this have happened. But my doctor just told me you're never really going to know why and how, and so it's best not to try and think about all the different things that it could have possibly been. But here we are about 4 years later now, and we have a beautiful baby boy. He's about 10 months old now, and I'm just forever grateful that we found it as early as we did. We weren't sure if we were going to be able to conceive naturally, just not knowing the full extent of the damage the chemotherapy had done. But we were lucky, and our son Slater was conceived naturally, and he's a healthy baby boy, and it's one of the best things I've ever done with my entire life. So I'm very, very grateful. Slater can not only look up to me for that grit and strength and gumption, but he can look to his dad and kind of see how a man can be supportive in a situation like this. You have to try and look at it from a different perspective. And I think if you do that, you can learn from a situation and grow from a situation. And I just hope that he learns that it's important to keep trying, even if there is failure. So the one thing I felt like I could control was my attitude. So I made it a point to be very positive throughout the whole thing. The first pair of socks I wore, I remember it had this little man, he was riding a dragon or a dinosaur of some kind, and he was like, I can do this, right? And that's, you know, this is kind of the attitude that I want to have going forward. It just was one of those things that kind of, in a weird way, made me look forward to the next session, you know, something that's supposed to not be enjoyable. I'm like, okay, what pair of socks am I going to wear next? What's the theme going to be for today's infusion? What is the theme today? Chemo nurse would ask me, Kelly, what's the theme today? How are we feeling? I had some ones with lemons on it. I said, hey, when life gives you lemons, you know, you gotta, that's just one of the ways it helped me cope. It made it fun. This moment in time is just a moment in time. And you're going to be able to look back on this and it was just a chapter in your story. It's not your whole story. I guess in certain ways I do consider myself a beautiful warrior. If anything, though, that makes me just think of all the beautiful warriors that have lost their battle to cancer, and that I'm one of the lucky ones. I'm still here. I think about them and I think about their battle, and they're the real warriors to me.